Have you ever questioned God's morality? Humans always have. Maybe you've asked, it seems like God is tricking us. It seems that the unbelievers have an easier time at life than the believers. Well, Habakkuk, the 7th century prophet, said, "How could you be just, God, and not do something?" Then when startled with God's response that he was going to use the Chaldeans, far more wicked people than the Israelites, to judge Israel, he said, "How could you be just and do that?" Which are similar questions to the ones asked today. If there's a loving God, and there's so much injustice in the world, why doesn't he do something? And then when startled with the response, they say, how could a loving God send people to this place of everlasting judgment? This is an outline of chapter 1, verses 1 through 4, 5 through 13, and 14 through 17. Verses 1 through 4 pose the basic questions asked by Habakkuk. How could you allow these wicked people, the Israelites, to go unjudged? Then he's responded to by God, I am going to judge the people of Israel, and I'm going to use even more wicked people, the Chaldeans. And Habakkuk responds, how could a good God use evil to accomplish his purposes? Chapter 2 records 5 reasons why God will also judge the Chaldeans. But before he gets to the reasons, he states, the just shall live by his faith. This is the first mention of the word faith in the entire Bible, but it's also important to the context. Let's see how. Chapter 2 is split by 5 woes. The outline indicated by these 5 reasons why God will judge the nations. And verse 14 is a sub-conclusion. It reads, the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea. I.e., despite corruption, God will get the glory. Verse 19 reads, woe to him who says to wood, awake, to silent stone, arise. Which leads us to our next sub-conclusion in verse 20. The Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. In other words, these idols you give your life to don't even hold a candle to the living God. Idols could be anything that takes precedence in your life over God. It could be sports, friends' approval, or sins like pornography or masturbation. Whatever it is, it doesn't even compare to a day-to-day living relationship with the living Lord Jesus Christ. This shifts us to the main point of the book. The just shall live by faith. Habakkuk knew to take God at his word. He would question God but would not doubt his answers. The Bible speaks of the faithful and it says this of them, of whom the world was not worthy. If you're one of the faithful, know this. The world is not worthy. Don't settle for their empty pleasure. The world is not worthy of your life, but God is. Chapter 3 is a song of praise. It culminates with these words of salvation and resolve. Though the fig tree may not blossom, nor there be fruit on the vines, though the labor of the olive may fail, though the fields yield no fruit, though the flock be cut off from the fold, and though the herd be not in the stalls, yet I will joy in the Lord. I will rejoice in the God of my salvation. This is true faith, finding joy in God in times of great sorrow. How about you? Have you questioned God? Have you been asking him why? God answers those questions. He wants us to have faith in him. He wants us to see in all of life's struggles, he's there controlling. He understands the pain we go through. After all, it's the Lord Jesus who suffered more than any man. He knows our struggles. He wants to walk with us. He wants us to live by faith.